welcome back. Today's video is going to be a comparison with a review and check-ins throughout the day regarding the Dior Skin Airflash foundation and the Sephora brand, which is called the Perfectionist Airbrush Foundation. That's a mouthful. So I have been testing both of these out. After I do check-ins at the end of the day, I will tell you which one I prefer and why. These are meant to be able to you have to shake them really well and then spray them all over your face. That is not a practical way, in my opinion, of putting these on. I know that's kind of what they're aimed for, like that airbrush makeup look, but it gets all over your hair and it wastes a lot of the product, in my opinion. I actually spray it onto a brush and put it on. I've seen some people comment like, what's the point of spraying it on a brush and putting it on your face if it's in a can like this? Well, the answer to that is this is a very thin formula. Like if you think about when you paint on canvas, if you were to use an oil-based or an acrylic paint, the consistency of that, which would be much like regular foundations, versus if you were to use a spray paint can, it gives a very light coating and it dries very quickly, because when it's in a spray form like this, the rest of the stuff that's in there kind of evaporates immediately. So when you put it on your face, it's a very thin coat, so it doesn't look cakey and it's not gonna look gross, which by putting it on the brush and putting it on your face, you get the same result. It's just, I find if you have any baby hairs and you try to spray this right on, it's going to stick to those baby hairs and it's going to look like you have a beard of foundation, which is gross. And if you don't properly moisturize your skin and prep, these will oxidize, meaning they will turn darker color. I haven't really experienced that really with the Dior, but the Sephora brand, I actually went back and got another color. I got the cream because I have the light, but I found throughout the end of the day, if I didn't moisturize properly, the end of the day, this was kind of a little more pink than I was expecting. So the next color down from this is cream, which is the lightest pink-based one. Their fair one is a yellow-based. The cream is more the pink lightest based. This, the light is pink-based. I thought it was kind of neutral, but it does have a little pink in it. I'm going to use the light in the Sephora brand, and in the Dior, I'm wearing shade 200, which is light beige. I do find that most of Dior's foundations tend to lean very pink. That could just be me. I don't find like they have a lot of selection for warmed skinned people. They tend to aim towards cool people. So the Dior is available in 10 different shades. There doesn't seem to be a very wide selection for ladies of deeper skin tone, or gentlemen, ladies or gentlemen. The Sephora brand is available in 9 shades. Now, when I was color matched in store, my store only had fair, light, I think they had like a medium, and then I think honey. So they didn't even have cream in their store. So I ordered this online, sight unseen. And then when it came, I was like, whoa, what a difference. I don't know if you could tell this. This is way more pink and like skin color, and this is like milky white, but actually I can wear this one because I am pretty light. So let's start with some skin prep, guys. I'm going to do the same steps I do all the time. I'm gonna use my B6. Then I'm gonna go through with my Codalil grape water. Now again, I have very dry skin, so I use quite a few moisturizers. This is probably completely overkill, but since I buy so many, I like to use them. Now I'm going to go in with my Hangover RX. If you are, again, for reference, I am a dry skin girl. That's the wear it's gonna show you. I've been using the Smashbox, the Hydrating Under Eye Primer, and I really like it. I'm normally not into those, but I do feel like it does a good job of moisturizing underneath my eyes. I have a few blemishes on my face. I was using that First Aid Beauty, that moisturizer that I talked about a few videos ago that the sales associate recommended to me, and it, like, my skin just was not having it. I didn't know what it was at first. I thought like, wow, maybe I'm super stressed, which I have been at work, but I thought maybe that was it. And as soon as I stopped using that, it went away. So I do have a few to cover up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use the super expensive one on that side, because in my mind, if this is the cost of 3 of these, this should be doing a little more. Next on my dry spots, I'm going to take the Makeup Forever Step 1 Equalizer. Again, guys, when I say I have dry skin, I have very dry skin. So I'm putting that on just the problem areas, because this stuff is thick. This is the nourishing one. I put it on the cracks of my nose, and right where I have a blemish where I've been like drying it out with stuff. And actually I've been finding I like to take a little through my eyebrows, because you know, you neglect your skin underneath your eyebrows, I think, a lot. You don't really put moisturizer over them, and my eyebrows, the skin underneath my eyebrows, I'm like combing through them to fill them in, and it's like getting like flaky. It was like, ugh. I'm turning into tomato face from rubbing my face. Next, this is like an amazing moisturizer. I was really on the look for something, trying to think. When I came back from Hawaii, I was like a lizard lady. I was super dry from so much time in the plane and the difference in weather. I got this Belief. This is the moisturizing balm. It's called the True Cream. I had the Aqua Balm. I don't really care for that one, but I do love this one. This is part of that Korean skincare, and it's mostly natural. I think it's amazing. For me, I really like it on my skin type. Next, I got this sample of this Dr. Jart. It has SPF in it, and I like it because it's skin tinted, but again, it's an extra moisturizer. But you have to wear SPF every day. So I'm just going to put that on my face. If you try these and you find that it's not working for you, I would recommend moisturizing the crap out of your face again. Next, I'm gonna put down some of my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. I don't like the smell of this. I got this, I picked this up. It smells like lemon cleaning supplies, I think. And I really don't find it to do anything to prime my face for the makeup application, personally. But again, I always like to get any extra moisture I can down on my face before I try to seal it in. And I got this, so I'm gonna use the rest of it. I always put down this Tarte smoothing primer. I'm almost done with this one. This is my second jar. I'm actually really shocked because I am normally not like a die-hard primer person. Like these other ones that I use, it's not because they're meant to make my makeup last longer. They're just moisturizing, and I need moisture. I'm going to take that with my spatula out of here. I'm just going to I like to put a little dot right here next on either side of my nose because that's where my pores can get larger. On this side. And then I bring a little over onto that scar I have on my face right there for where I was bit by a dog. Now the finish on these is satin, which is not as dewy as I prefer to be, but it's not quite matte. So it's supposed to give you a very realistic look on your skin. I don't know if you guys saw my Instagram last week, but I had a picture of me up and I said, someone got a new highlighter, and I have been going ham. It's a woman on YouTube called Glam and Gore, and her video popped up in my suggestions. I'm sure many of you know her. So hers was all about makeup for pale and light-skinned girls, and I will tell you this, anybody that's my skin tone will be able to tell you it is very hard finding highlighters against our skin tone because everything seems to be really gold and not really, you know, for fair-skinned people, in my opinion, most of the time you need a silver-based highlighter. So either a super white gold or silver or platinum, that's what looks the best on me. So this is something that she recommended. This is the Krylon, the Shimmering Event Foundation in silver. This stuff is beautiful. What I do is I'm just gonna put a pump right there on the back of my hand, and I'm just gonna dot this right up here. I mean, it doesn't need to be perfect, but I'm gonna show you anyway. For fair girls, like, can you see this? That's awesome, right? So I'm just gonna rub this in. It doesn't have to be perfect because I do just want some of that dewiness up on my cheek area. So you can see that right there. The Sephora brand is $28 and the Dior is $62. So that is a huge difference. And in the Dior, you are getting 2.3 fluid ounces, and in the Sephora brand you're getting 2.5 ounces. Now this is expensive. There's no way getting around that. If you think about it in terms of most liquid foundations, though, only give you an ounce, so whatever their price is, it'll kind of help you understand this a little more. What I'm going to do is this side is going to be Dior and this side is going to be the Sephora. So first I'm going to start with the Dior side, so then you can have something to gauge the less expensive one by. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my IT Cosmetics. I mean, can we look at this again? Do you see that? No. I'm going to take my IT Cosmetics flat top kabuki brush and I'm going to shake this Dior one. Like, you really, really have to shake it and mix it up. This makes me laugh because all I can think about is Death Becomes Her. Every time I shake this, I used to love that movie, like when he was using mannequin spray paint on them. So shake it really well. This is what I do. I just don't hold it so far away, but don't hold it so close that you're gonna blast the foundation deep into the brush. A really dense brush like this is what you want because it's just gonna have the foundation sit on top. If you use like a really loose brush and spray it in, let me grab one. If I was to spray this foundation, this is my MAC, I don't know what this is my 187. If I were to spray this in there, see all those holes? It'll just sink right down in there. It's not gonna be able to put it on. So you want a dense flat top brush. So shake it on there, and you do have to work fairly fast with this foundation because since it is in an aerosol can, it evaporates and dries very quickly. A couple sprays like that, and then I'm just gonna start working it on my face. Now if you can see, it hardly looks like, it doesn't feel like anything. I mean, that already did like, whoa, amazing. So another, I'm just gonna take a little, oops, little spray like that, and I'm gonna do my forehead. So if you see like that little blemish I had, it did a good job of hiding that. Now, if you want to, you can spray some more on and go over the areas that you need more coverage on because this is buildable. So that side is done. I pray to God this is not gonna start oxidizing in weird ways though, that it looks like I look like Two-Face from Batman. Okay, so now I'm going to shake the Sephora brand, and this is the light. It was really stupid of me to wash my brushes before I'm doing a makeup tutorial. With my face, I'm going to use the more affordable options. I'm going to use my Real Techniques. This is my buffing brush, and I'm going to use the Sephora brand. So I'm gonna spray this on there, and I'm gonna work this in as well. I don't know if you guys can tell, but the Dior brand is a way better match for my skin tone. So now I'm just gonna go on a little with the Creme one, just to try to lighten this just a little. This one's like milk. That's better for me. Oh, that's how I have to get my perfect color, is I have to mix the cream and the light, but still the two of these together is still cheaper than the Dior Airflash. If you were to take these cans and spray them directly on your face, if you're a brave soul and that's what you so choose to do, you should have all color correcting and spot concealing done first, where normally most other foundations you do it on top. You should have it done first because when you spray this down, it should just be like a set. You shouldn't be moving things around on top anymore. Quickly, if I angle down, you can see I have some darkness. I'm going to color correct real quickly under here with my Nars. Just gonna blend that in. I do find if you use beauty blenders against this, the wetness of it will remove, because it's like spray paint, it will remove some of the foundation. So I don't recommend using beauty blenders against this once it's already set on your face. I do have actually my Sephora brush that I just washed, I'll show you later, is my favorite for blending it in underneath my eyes, but I just washed it like an idiot. I guess I should have planned ahead. I also picked up this Naked Skin by Urban Decay. I've heard so much about it, and sometimes I'm skeptical when something gets so much hype. I'm like, is it true? But this is my favorite of life concealer. This is the MAC Pro Longwear, and this is the lightest color they have, and this is in NW15. And I can show you that this is in neutral fair. I mean, this stuff is like right up my milky alley. This is still, I love this, but this doesn't give me the highlight that this one will. And I do find the formulas to be very similar. If you guys are interested in a video on that, I will do it. Now I'm just gonna highlight really quick. I'm just gonna bring some lines. I mean, look how white that is. Little on the chin. A little right up in here, a little line down my nose, and I'm just gonna blend that in with a brush. And in the interest of time, I'm just gonna finish the rest of my makeup off screen, and I will be right back. Okay guys, so it is 1:08. I'm going to give this 8 hours worth of wear, so in 4 hours I'm going to do my first check-in with you guys and see how it's holding up. See you later, guys. So it is 5:02, roughly 4 hours after application. This is wearing really well. While it may look like I'm shiny, I'm not. I just went a little ham with the highlighter. I'm like all on this highlighter kick all of a sudden. I feel like a good test of foundation is when you can lay your the rest of your products on top and they wear well. So like my blush is still on, my highlighter is still on. In all fairness, this side of my face might not look the best because I do have that scar right here, so that is always gonna kind of look like a blemish. But last time I had an issue on it, and it's because I didn't properly hydrate, is right here on my chin, right under here, it got like patchy and dry. But so far so good. I will zoom you in to see the wear. Okay, here we go, guys. So this is the Dior side. And this is the Sephora side. If you can see, it's not settling into my fine lines. I have not retouched this at all. As you saw, I did not even set it with any powder. I put a little Laura Mercier Under Eye Secret Brightening Powder when I was finishing up my makeup, but just right here, I didn't even bring it down. I do have the highlighter on and my blush and light contour today. Again, this side is always going to look a little odd because of that scar on my face right there. So like even when I put my highlighter, it'll tend to kind of like settle right there, but what are you gonna do? I'm gonna check back in another 4 hours with you guys, and I'll see you in a little bit. It is 9:02, so it is 8 hours after application. I do have a lot of that dew that I typically like in makeup. Again, I went really heavy with my highlighter. This is held up amazing though. 8 hours after application. It is a very thin layer, but it does have really good coverage. I'm gonna zoom in here so you can see the wear on here. Okay guys, if you can see like right around here, I'm a little oily. Sorry, I have to look at my mirror too. A little on my chin, I'm a little shiny, and right here. Again, I did not set this with powder, but if you are an oily skin person, this could be an issue for you. I mean, again, it has been on 8 hours. Blush is still intact, and I think a lot of makeup wearers would be able to tell you that the blush is typically one of the first things to fade on you. Now again, this was the Dior side, and this is the Sephora side. I mean, they are pretty identical. This side to me is a little more dewy right now compared to this side. The fact that 3 of these are one of these. I mean, if you're on a budget, this, if you take into account that there's 2.5 ounces in here, this is cheaper than most drugstore foundations. This would be my go-to. If you're looking for completely matte, I bet if you set this with a powder, it wouldn't be an issue. This side, what I happen to like about the Dior better is it matches my color exactly. So where I could just spray this on my brush and put it on and I don't have to worry about anything, this I have to mix these two, because if I would have just put this one on when you originally saw it, it was a little darker. I mean, but when I mix the two, it is pretty identical on either side. My ride or die foundation has always been my MAC Face and Body, and I try a lot of different foundations, as I've mentioned. This has really blown me out of the water. I don't know why I never tried it. I think because I was thinking the same thing, like spray it on your face like that, or I don't know what I was thinking. Now, if you have very dry skin and patches of dry skin, this probably is not going to work for you, because I did have it that time that was peeling on my chin and that drove me nuts. Again, with any kind of makeup, I feel like even the most hydrating foundations are not going to lay well if you have patches of dry skin underneath. So you really, really need to exfoliate and properly moisturize. If you guys want a haul video, I'll do one of those. I'm just getting back into the swing of videos. I've been traveling and really busy for work these past 2 weeks, so I haven't been able to film. I have picked up quite a few new skincare products. One of the things that I have been absolutely loving is the Sunday Riley Flora Oil. Super moisturizing. It's like highly condensed moisturizing oil in a small little bottle, and it is amazing. I cannot say enough things about it. Like, that's really what brought my skin back after my Hawaii trip when I was like scaly and peeling and gross. Skincare is the first step in making any makeup look great. So if you're gonna spend a lot of money on something, forego this foundation, get this foundation, and get some really good serums or moisturizers. This has not settled into any pores on my face in an unflattering way, so I'm trying to think of someone maybe that wouldn't like this. I mean, it's not settling into the lines on my forehead, so I think mature skin, this would be good. I'm pretty sure that this has just replaced every foundation I have. So this is, I heard from the sales associate, the most popular color, because when I went in there I did get matched with this, but they didn't have any in stock, and she said because this is like their most popular one. So I'm sure I'll have to keep on top of that and order it in advance online. If you find one of the Sephora colors that match you, I would go with that. I do have to mix these two, which I mean, really isn't a problem because, again, the two of these is still cheaper than this. But if I have to invest in both of these, I'd rather pay a couple dollars more and just have my exact color. I mean, then again, though, this is double the product, so even though you're mixing it, it would last you a lot longer than that one. My dog's name's Dior. I have a soft spot for Dior. If you want to treat yourself, I would do the IT Cosmetics Flat Top Kabuki brush, because this brush, if you guys have been watching my videos for any amount of time, you know that I love the IT Cosmetics face brushes. They're the softest things you've ever put on your face. I really like them, but they are an investment. And I would get the Dior Airflash foundation. If you're looking for a more budget-friendly option, I would definitely go with one of the Real Techniques brushes, or you can even do the Sigma Flat Top Kabuki, but I personally don't like that brush. It just feels like it rubs my face funny. But they do have other brushes at Sephora you can get, and then I would get their Perfection Mist Airbrush foundation. So I have now found my new foundation love of my life for a while. If you guys have any questions or comments or concerns, please let me know in the comment section down below. I hope this video has been helpful. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.